Your rapport story is where you introduce yourself to your prospect and cover credentials if you wish. More importantly, you tell your story. And this is the only part of Email Copy Pro that actually asks you to write more than a few words at a time. The rapport story covers how you arrived at the solutions that you're going to be sharing with your prospect, and even covers some intimate challenges that you faced early on when you were first getting into this niche. So I'm going to walk you through this. Now, I'm not going to write the entire thing here in this training video, but I'm going to show you how I thought through it, and I'll copy and paste my actual rapport story in here and read it aloud. Now, this walks you through 3 different sections of a rapport story. First, there's a transition into the darker phase of your life. In other words, everything really sucked back when. And I'm going to choose one of these phrases here. And I like this one for myself and for my own story. I'm a lot like you. And by the way, that's a rapport building sentence. You'll find that the rapport building persuasion triggers are already in these sentences. Saying I'm a lot like you makes you that much more accessible to your prospect. However, I had some unique experiences. These led to insights that I think you'll find extremely helpful. Now, I've copied and pasted this from a Word document, and I want to show you a few things real quickly. You can do returns inside these windows, and you can also expand them just like this. My rapport story goes, my struggles with weight loss began shortly after college. I was always skinny fat, and I tried in vain to lose weight and to shape up. But I always ended up getting sick after working out just a few days and never managed to get the body I wanted. So notice how I'm telling the story as much more of a emotional rapport. You know, I was trying in vain. I ended up getting sick. But it gets worse. Eventually, I ended up 75 pounds overweight, clinically obese, and actually suffered a near-fatal heart attack in my early 40s. I suffered from extreme depression and social anxiety. I withdrew from relationships I cared about due to embarrassment over my weight, and several women left me due to weight issues. So I'm getting as raw as you can possibly get in this story. And all of this is true, by the way. I was headed down a path of pain and misery. So that is my really dark phase. The next step is the turning point. This is where something happened in your life that changed everything. It was a moment, an aha moment maybe, or something that really happened that was bad that made you go, wow, I have to change, and you became an expert in the niche that you're writing in. So I'm going to select a turning phrase point here, and mine is going to say the real turning point came when something unusual happened, and this again is a true story. Again, I've just copied and pasted into here, and all I have to do is add returns when I do that. So my story is I was walking into a convenience store to get a late night sugar fix, and I had left my wallet in my office by accident. I was wearing an oversized coat, so large the attendant didn't notice that I had snuck out 4 packs of donuts into my jacket. I walked right by him, but thanks to the size of my body, he never noticed. When I got home, it hit me. I sold my entire body out to sugar and junk food. After I paid the store back the next day, I swore that I would do something about my weight problems or die trying. This is a phrase I use all the time. I swore I would do something about X or die trying. You may want to lift that. I also promised that I would share my results with the world. This is also very important because this is why you're emailing your prospect. You promised that you would share the results with the world. So I really like that phrase. Now I'm going to complete the story by choosing one last transition. It was these experiences that led to my discovery of, and this is where you're going to talk about what you discovered. Maybe the main thing behind your solution. Maybe it's the primary solution that you're going to cover in the sections to come. Maybe it's just the strategy that you use to develop your product. It could be any of that. In my particular case, here's what it is. Again, I'm going to add returns in here. A simple lifestyle-friendly diet that allows me to enjoy my favorite foods every day and actually overeat every 4th day. This refeed principle allows me to lose even more weight. By following this unique 4-day cycle, I was not only able to lose all my excess weight, I actually was photographed for the cover of Iron Man magazine and went on to do fitness modeling. Now at age 53, I have well-defined abs and a better physique than I had when I was 30 years younger. Most important, I reversed my heart disease and type 2 diabetes, and I've kept the weight off for well over 20 years. Now, I made a mistake here, and it's one that you may make yourself. Email Copy Pro almost always puts punctuation at the end of a sentence. So if you end a sentence here with a period, you're going to want to take it off. So I'm just going to go through here, and these are okay because that's pre-programmed. But in anything that you enter, don't end with a punctuation mark. Let us do that for you. Now, I've created a pretty long rapport story, and we're not going to use that very frequently, but we'll definitely use it in places. We'll use chunks of it in places, and also For the sales letter, if you are an elite member, you get the sales package along with this, and it comes with the sales letter. This would all be inside of a sales letter. So at the end of all this, I will save the entry, and there's really no need to create more than one of these. I give you the possibility to do that, but one is pretty sufficient.